Hi everyone, I'm BJ Muir from JesusHelpMeParent.com, and I help families just like yours to use a heart-based approach to parenting. So if you want practical parenting solutions that bring about real and lasting heart change in your kids, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about reducing sibling conflicts by helping kids make wise decisions and avoid foolishness. So what is foolishness? We've been talking in this video series all about the different causes of sibling conflicts and then how to reduce sibling conflicts. Check out the link in the description down below so you can take a look at those other videos as well. But foolishness itself, I love Taransky and Miller's definition of foolishness. Simply put, foolishness is acting before thinking, laughing at others, or acting without considering the consequences. You know, that just boils it down real simple to a definition that you can use with your kids. In fact, if you look through the book of Proverbs, you'll find a great set of verses all over it talking about fools. Let me give you just a few right now. Proverbs 10:23 says, "A fool finds pleasure in evil conduct, but a person of understanding delights in wisdom." There's that opposition between wisdom and foolishness. Proverbs 18:7 says that fools' mouths are their undoing, and their lips are a snare to their souls. Another one in Proverbs 18:13 says, "The person who answers before listening, that is their folly and their shame." A lot of foolish behavior comes about from children not thinking ahead about what's going to happen. It's very much unintended what happens. Think about times where your kids might be joking around and they think it would be funny to lock their younger sibling in their bedroom or something like that. Their sibling gets scared and starts crying and screaming, and before you know it, they're getting in trouble for something that they did. They weren't intending any harm, but it kind of was foolish to do that to the younger sibling. Or the kids who decide to start playing with a ball in the house and before long they break a lamp. Kind of foolish to not think about the consequences. We're kicking a ball around the living room. And us as parents a lot of times can get easily frustrated by foolish behavior because we sit there after the event happens and we look and say, how could you not get it? How did you not know this was going to happen? Have you ever caught yourself saying that? You were dealing with foolish behavior in your child if you said that to them. How could you not know this was going to happen? I mean, it seems plainly obvious, especially after the fact, but we have to remember that we are adults. So of course, hopefully, if we're doing this adulting thing correctly, we catch these things and we're not acting foolish as well. We see the consequences beforehand and it changes us from acting upon it. Helping children steer clear of foolishness and towards wisdom starts with challenging children to take responsibility in the area of the conscience known as doing what's right. When children take responsibility, they're avoiding that foolishness that we're concerned about. Kids who sit there and say, well, it's not my fault. Oh, she made me do it. Oh, I didn't want to, but those are kids that aren't accepting responsibility. And they're showing us some foolish behavior. We want to challenge them in that area by saying, yeah, but here's what happened. What did you do that was wrong? You know, we start out every conversation in the break routine. When a child's done something wrong, they go to the break. When they come out of that break and they need to talk, there's a couple of questions, and you can check out our break routine video for more details on this. But the first question is, what did you do that was wrong? We need to accept responsibility in order to start avoiding the tendencies of the heart to go towards foolishness. The second thing to help our children move from foolishness to wisdom is to help our kids to start asking questions before they act. Simple questions like, what could go wrong if I do this right now? And how can I avoid that? When kids go to play a game inside the house, they want to ask themselves, is this an indoor game or an outdoor game? What could happen if I play this in this room? Now, this doesn't mean we can prevent every accident, every problem from occurring, but there's a lot we can prevent if we ask this question of what could go wrong in this situation initially. And then asking the second question, how can I avoid that? That causes children to be solution creators and come up with a way to still enjoy what they want to enjoy or play what they want to play, but in a way that's safer or just wiser in general. The third thing we want to do to help our children steer clear of foolishness and steer more towards wisdom is how to avoid going too far. A lot of problems happen because kids take things just a little too far. We joke around a little too much. We tickle just a little too long. We roughhouse just a little too rough, and we take things too far. One great way to help stop things from going too far is by implementing a basic family expectation of stop means stop. That goes for kids and adults. If we're tickling our kid and our kid starts laughing and giggling and they're enjoying it, but they say stop, we need to stop at that point and show our kid what wisdom looks like. If kids are joking with each other and tossing insults at each other while they're playing a basketball game or something, and one of them says, hey, can we stop? I just want to play. Stop means stop. We're going to stop that because someone has asked that, and we want to respect that wish in our family. We want to honor that wish in our family. But we want to teach our kids this concept of stop means stop because this is how we're going to avoid a lot of foolishness that leads to future sibling conflicts. The fourth thing we want to do is we want to pass wisdom on. Wisdom is passed down from generation to generation through warnings, through stories, and through lessons learned, sometimes the hard way. When we talk about warnings, what we mean here is simple warnings. Not warnings like I'm giving you a warning, but simple things. For example, if you're working on a small electrical project together, a simple warning comes from dad or mom, whoever's in charge of that project at that point, to their kids saying, hey, before we start, we always go to the box and we turn the power off. If we don't do that, we can get really hurt and electrocuted. That's the warning. Helping kids understand the why behind what we're doing at times. And this is especially true when we're doing household projects. Hey, when we go ahead and work on repairs on the lawnmower, we always remove the spark plug attachment so it can't possibly start by accident. It's just a safety thing we do. There's a lot of ways we give these little warnings to kids to help them understand why we do things, to show them the wisdom behind our decision making as adults. The second way we pass wisdom down is through stories. We've got lots of stories from our childhood of where maybe we were foolish or maybe we were wise. And we can pass those stories down in ways that teach lessons to our kids, life lessons that we would like them to learn through story and not through experience. But experience is the third way kids learn wisdom as well, and the way wisdom is passed down. There are times where our children show foolish behavior that's so foolish that they need some kind of a consequence. They need some sort of a logical consequence put in place where they understand you need to avoid this. This is foolishness and we need to steer way clear of that. Sometimes those logical consequences are difficult for children to feel, but it's important that they feel them at that moment so that they don't have to feel worse consequences when they're grown-ups. And of course, I couldn't end one of these quick videos all about sibling conflict without bringing honor back in. Honor treats others as special, does more than what's expected, and has a good attitude about it. And if we are practicing honor in our family, if we are teaching our kids how to honor and expecting them to show honor towards each other, there's going to be a lot less foolish behavior. Because when we're honoring, first of all, we're growing deeper in our relationships with each other. So it's going to be easier to do things like respect someone's stop means stop statement, or to not tease them and make fun of them about certain things that go too far. It's going to be easier to do that because it's tougher to do that stuff when you are honoring people. The other thing that's going to happen is because we're honoring, we're opening up our heart more to Jesus, who's looking to bring forth his kingdom through our lives, to love others through us. And he does that a lot through honoring others. When we honor others, we are loving them the way Jesus wants us to love them. And when we're doing that, it's harder to be foolish and much easier to be wise. So, if you want to get honor started in your family, you want to grab my free downloadable in the link in the description down below. It's got lots of helpful tips and strategies and directions for how to get honor started in your family. There's a whole playlist of videos that you found this video in that you can watch that'll help you get honor started in your family, and you're going to see sibling conflicts get reduced when you increase honor instead. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. There's going to be another video next week. You're going to want to watch it the second it comes out. And the only way you find out is when that bell rings just for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.